Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I'm coming to you from the middle of nowhere in Nevada. So we have just been in Las Vegas for a couple of days visiting family, visiting my brother, my sister, my stepdaughter and grandkids, etc. And we really didn't have much of an opportunity to fly in Las Vegas, to fly a drone. Just lots of stuff going on. It was windy, conditions just weren't right and had other things to do. But we're on our way home now, and I'm on highway, I'm trying to remember, I think it's highway 343 or 393, I can't remember. We always call it the Hyco Cutoff, and it's just kind of the straight way through Nevada to get back home to Idaho. So I guess what I can tell you is we are south of the Pahranagat Valley and north of the Pahranagat Valley. I apologize, north of the Pahranagat Valley, and we are south of like Lund and Hyco. I always called this the Hyco Cutoff. Anyway, there's an interesting spot here where it's kind of a little canyon with cliffs on both sides of the highway. I always thought it would be a neat place to fly a drone. It's about 60 degrees out here right now, and a little bit windy, but of course the Mavic 3 is not going to have a problem with that. So we're just going to take it up here and look around a little bit. You'll see the highway, and you'll see some pretty cool cliffs here. I'm going to set the return to home altitude way high up there because obviously we got some pretty high cliffs here. And you know, we don't want to get the drone trapped behind something. So let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Hey, okay, so we're preparing to take off here. So just looking at satellites here, looks like we've got 7, 8. We'll wait till we get a good GPS signal here. And you know, it's taking it's probably been a minute or so. So, you know, that the complaint about GPS signals, so it could take 2 minutes. And I'm surrounded by cliffs on both sides, so I would definitely say this is probably a difficult GPS environment. We might as well look at the safety menu while it's getting satellites. Gosh, sorry here. So we've got it on advanced return to home, which I want. I'm going to set the return to home altitude way up there. I probably should set my max altitude even higher, because if you got caught behind something, you'd want the drone to be able to get up and over it. We're going to go up there a ways. Yeah, and it's telling me that I need to agree to that. That's all right. And I'm going to move our return to home altitude way up too. That way we just know we can get over the top of these cliffs around here if something happened. And looks like we've got 12 satellites already. I am going to go back in, and it is not asking for a compass calibration, but I'm going to do one anyway here. So we're going to do a quick calibration. So it liked that calibration. We're quite a ways from home where I last calibrated it. We've got 12 satellites, so I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. We're going to shoot, yeah, let's leave it in 4K 60. I was thinking about 4K 30 for zoom, but let's go ahead and start recording. Still 12 sats. Let's do an auto takeoff on the app here. And there you go, guys. So you're kind of getting a look at the terrain here that I was telling you about. Let me bring let's get the drone up to an altitude here and give it a look at its landing zone and see maybe if it'll be able to do a precision landing for us when it comes back. So that's probably enough. Let's turn it around and get a look at us here. So there we are. You can see where I'm standing. You can see the Tahoe right there, and there's that highway behind us. And I'm just going to do a quick kind of a little bit of a yaw around so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. We're surrounded by cliffs here, so pretty cool spot. So we're going to explore this, but I want you guys to see what I see and why I wanted to fly here. Pretty cool spot. So what I'm going to do is position this guy for a droney, a manual droney, because the direct, you know, obviously, if I go the direction that I am, I would be going into one of the cliffs. So, and I apologize for the highway noise. We got a highway right behind us, but let's see if we can do a manual droney here. I'm going to drop that gimbal down here. So, reverse and up now. And I'm kind of at a little bit of a angle here, but kind of want to show you what we're looking at. And there's the highway, and I'm backing into a cliff here, so I don't want to get too carried away. But let's take a look here, and you can see where I pulled off there. So there was that little wide spot in the road. We were actually going the direction that the camera's facing now, which is north. And we pulled across the road and pulled off here. Kind of a cool place to pull off. I'm going to kind of move around here so that you guys can see what we're looking at here. Let me pick up that camera. And you guys can see the cliffs and see what I'm talking about here. I just think this is cooler than heck. Look at this, folks. It's almost like our little mini version of the Grand Canyon. And there's the highway. So let's grab some more altitude. And I don't know how high these cliffs are. Let's see. Well, they're not as high as I thought. So we're still under. Yeah, we're at just, hang on, let's drop a little bit. We were just over. We are now at 120 meters, so yeah, so we're not, you know, I'm getting a little notification on the screen, but to check regulations, but we are at 120 meters here, so we're good. And you can see, so these cliffs are a little bit higher than that from where I'm standing, and that's why I set my altitude higher, because what I don't want to do is get behind one of them and then have the drone not be able to get over the top. And I've got, gosh, I can't remember what they call it, the intelligent return to home on it. So take a look here. We'll kind of go kind of by the edge of this. And you can see this cut through the mountains here. This is just pretty darn cool. Bunch of traffic going by right now. There's more traffic on this highway than you would think. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but there again, yeah, so there you can see that traffic. Yeah. Okay, this is fun stuff, I'm telling you. And like I said, let's kind of stay right by these cliffs here and take a look and see what we can see. So we're pointed pretty much due north right now. And this would take us to Hyco and Lund and ultimately Ely, Nevada. So you can check that out on the map. But this just, you know, when we came driving through here on the way down, I said, yeah, that's where I need to stop and fly a drone. And we didn't have time on the way down, but we certainly did now, so we made this stop. So yeah, if we find any more places, we'll check them out here too. But you can see, I'm going to kind of yaw around so you guys can see this mountaintop here. And that's what I was concerned about, is I wanted to make sure that if we got behind something like that and lost connection, that the drone could get over the top of it to return home. You know, you wouldn't want to be behind that and then the drone was is stuck back there. So we'll look at this from the other side. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so let's come back to us. And I thought maybe what we could do is take a look at these cliffs on the other side here, because they're interesting looking. And I wish I could tell you more about the geology of this. My dad would have been able to explain all this. I don't know. But I'm willing to bet there's some people with a geology background that might be able to explain it to us in the comments, because you're just kind of out here in the middle of the desert, the high desert, and then here is this this mountain. Let's drop a little altitude here so we can take a look at the side of these cliffs. And the cool thing about this drone with 360 obstacle avoidance and bypass, you just know you're not going to run into anything, so you can take a good close look at this stuff. And you know, I'm just thinking to myself, if I was going to lose a signal, now would be the time, because I am blocked a little bit by terrain here. There we are, right around that corner there. But this Mavic 3, you know, I hear a lot about worrying about GPS, and you can see we've got 22 satellites now, so we are solid. And there's that S-curve up there. Let's see if we can get a little closer to the side of the mountain. We're at about 97 meters high here. This drone just flies so smooth too. I can't wait to look at this video off of the SD card. And there we are down there. Just down to 71% battery. So we haven't used much battery at all. So you can see me standing there and the Chevy Tahoe. Pretty cool terrain. Let's take a peek out the other side here, on the other side of the highway, and see what we can see. And there's the drone right above me. And look at this. Wow, that's an interesting looking formation right there, isn't it? And again, we're about 112 meters high now, so that's right about 120 meters high right there. Look at those rocks. Look at that. This looks like that could just fall over right now, doesn't it? And I just realized I was pointed the opposite direction of where I've got the drone right now. Let's take a look at this. See if we can get in and get a good close-up. Is that cool or what? Holy mackerel. Man, oh man. Okay, let's see if we can get over the top of this guy and see if we can look straight down. Look at this, folks. Is that cool or what? Wow. Well, I hope there's some geology people that can look at this and tell us what we're looking at here from a geology perspective. We're not at max legal. I'm going to go up just a little. 112 meters now. Man, look at that. Is that cool or what? So I am going to gradually spin around here and see if we can do just a little bit of a reveal. as we move around. And there's the countryside. Lots of sagebrush. Really something. And there's where we're at down there, and there's a bunch of traffic going by right now. See if I can move forward slowly here. This is a great look, isn't it? You know, the kind of beauty, there's just beauty everywhere. And you know, you're out here in the middle of nowhere in Nevada and you go, okay, what are we going to see? But look at this, look what we see. Look at these guys right here. And again, the cool thing about this drone is that you know, you don't have to worry with the obstacle avoidance on this guy. You're not going to run into anything, and it'll go around stuff when you have it in bypass mode. Let's take a look at this little formation right here. Let's just do a little circle around. Look at this. And I'm wondering, you know, I'm just looking at it on my little FPV screen, my iPhone, but I'll be anxious to look at the video off the SD card and see if we see any critters in those rocks. I haven't seen anything yet, but just right up there on the side of that cliff face. Pretty cool. Again, I think it'd be really fun. I am kind of bummed out that I didn't do a little homework on the geology here so that I could explain a little bit of this to you. And the drone is just about over the top of us right now. In fact, I'm going to drop the camera down where you can see where we're at. Right down here. Let's keep moving forward. Pick that camera back up. Give you another look here, and that's the direction we're going to go as soon as we take off. Heading for Hyco and Lund, Ely, and then ultimately back home to Idaho. Let's take a look at this little formation up here. And you know, I'm just really easy on the sticks. It's amazing how fast this drone is and how quick you can get to something. Let's see if we can go kind of do a little orbit around this guy. In fact, I'm going to throw it in cine mode and make it just a little bit easier to do that. And, you know, we got some pretty bright sunshine here, so I'm kind of having to shade my FPV screen. So look at that. There's definitely two layers to that, lighter layer and a darker layer. So, you know, was that a lava flow at one point? I'm not enough of a geologist to be able to tell you. But one of the things I love about these drones is to be able to explore like this. You know, to be able to look around and see this kind of stuff and be able to do an orbit around an object like this. Pretty darn cool. Look at that. Yeah. I wonder if there's anything on top of that rock. Let's see if we can get over the top of it here. And see what we can see. Not much there, huh? Little indentation over on the top there. Truck going by, throwing his Jake brake a little bit. Yeah, there he is. Oh man, I love this. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Look at this, you FPV guys would be diving off of that, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. Okay, let's go back into normal mode. And we're not going to dive, but we're going to do our version of a dive. How's that? This is our version of a dive with a Mavic 3. Okay, let me pick that camera back up. And we are down in the canyon proper here. And yeah, let's look back our direction here. And I think we ought to take a close-up look at the side of this canyon. So right here, that's where we're at. And again, you know, kind of the cool thing about this Mavic drone, Mavic 3, is with the excellent obstacle avoidance on it, you're not so worried about, you know, you can do some of these sideways moves and not be too worried about whether you're going to run into something. Go up this little draw here a little bit. What do you think? I'm going to go back into cine mode because I want to take it easy on the way up here. Man, this is phenomenal. There's just not many drones I would have the confidence to do these kind of maneuvers where you're, you know, close to terrain and so forth. But with this guy, you can do it. Okay, let's turn around the other way. And we should be able to just come right over the top here. And again, the drone will, let's just see, we're pretty close to the terrain here. Let's see if the drone will move itself up and over. Yeah, see the downward sensors is giving us, we were 3 meters from that. Pretty darn cool. And there we are down there. Let's just come down the hill here. And again, back into normal mode. And I'm hitting on the down stick, coming down the side of the canyon, or of the cliff face. Let's turn it around, back into cine mode again. And let's just take a look at this. And the drone is just pretty close right above me here. Again, I'm hoping some of the geology people can tell us exactly what we're looking at here. And again, as I rotate around, I can do it with confidence, knowing that this guy has got obstacle avoidance, and I'm not going to accidentally back it into the side of the cliff face. And down we come. Pick up that gimbal. Let's just go along the side here. And we'll take it out. We're down to 39% battery. I'm not going to get too carried away. We'll take it out here a little ways and do a return to home and see if we can get a precision landing. So you can see where we're at here. There was just a little pull off and a little trail down here, and I pulled off into it so that we could get a little video. Kind of do another rotation around here. Well, I'll tell you what, there's more traffic on this remote desert highway than you could imagine. You know, these are the kind of highways where everybody says they see E.T. Okay, let's pick up that camera. I'm going to throw her in sport mode. And obstacle avoidance is off, so we're going to be careful. And let's go out here a little ways. And I'll throw it back into normal mode, and we will do a return to home. Okie dokie, that's far enough. We're going into normal mode. I'm going to do RTH on the controller. And it took that command immediately. And there you can see where we're at there. And the drone's on its way back. And this is that intelligent return to home, so it should start descending here almost immediately, I think. Although not so much now. Yeah, now it is. It's coming down fast. 22 satellites, 31% battery, so we're doing good. And it says at the top, descending and returning. So I've got the camera pointed straight down, so let's see if it sees that landing pad. If not, we'll cancel. And I don't think it's going to see it. I don't think it's going to do it. Oh yeah, look, it did. Oh, ye of little faith. Yeah, I'm going to pause here because it's a little bit off. I'm going to get right down here where I can take a look. Let's throw in cine mode. Drop that camera right down. Is that a beautiful drone or what? Yeah, let's back it up just a little. Off to the side a little more. Straight down on the stick. Well, we were a little off there, but close enough. Let me turn off recording. Let me shut everything down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, what an amazing piece of technology the DJI Mavic 3 is. And I'm just trying to think, maybe the Skydio 2, I don't know, but what other drone would I have the confidence to do some of the things here? I think I would have even been nervous with the Air 2S, but this guy with its 360 obstacle avoidance, moving around some of these areas, kind of moving it sideways and so forth, you didn't have to worry about running into anything. You knew that the obstacle avoidance would take it up and over in bypass mode, so that was really fun. But beyond that, I just think we got to look at some really amazing terrain here, and something different that I don't get to see in Idaho so often. And yeah, so just a quick little flight. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, because I really had fun flying this guy. So yeah, we better get back on the road and head back home to Idaho. But this is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I do appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And yeah, of course, we'll see you on the next one. The DJI Mavic 3, just an amazing, phenomenal piece of tech. Frickin' love this drone. See you guys later. Bye now.